So yesterday I showed you some brand new underwear that I bought. Today I'm going to show you a new polo shirt that I bought. I look like I work at fucking McDonald's. Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Now, a couple of months ago, I did a video where I compared the 3 MMORPGs that I am currently subscribed to. And those 3 are Final Fantasy XIV, The Elder Scrolls Online, and World of Warcraft, which has been my bread and butter for several years now. And I set different criteria and I graded them first, second, third. And I think it's a pretty fair thing, and I had some good topics, which I think was, again, fair for all of MMORPGs. And, yeah, go check it out. I mean, I'm too lazy to link it, but you go check it out. It's in my videos somewhere from a couple of months ago. But anyway, the reason why I want to do today's video is this week, Final Fantasy XIV, Elder Scrolls Online, and also the World of Warcraft have all released information or content relating to informations. And I think it's going to be a very interesting video to compare how their respective communities have responded to these informations. Now, this that you can see on the screen is a little bit of a trap because this isn't WoW's current survival guide, this is the previous survival guide. And the reason why I'm showing this is obviously you can see that it went down like a lead balloon. Patch 8.1 really didn't hit any mark with the community whatsoever. For every 1 like, there was approximately 4 dislikes. And it was quite easy to see why, which we'll get into. However, the reason why I'm using this to start the video off is this was a month ago, and I think we've lost more subscribers since, because I don't think there's anything currently in the World of Warcraft that's actually going to attract people to play the game. And that's actually a very important thing. Now, a few days ago, I did a fun video, silly video, where I was speculating on the current number of WoW subscribers. But in all seriousness, pretty much at the best, WoW's got roughly 3 to 4 million players right now by the looks of it, if you look at the metrics. And at, if I was to give like an honest guess, like, nail me down and say how many do you think WoW's got, I think it's actually somewhere between 2.5 million and 3.5 million. And then worst case scenario, it could actually be down in the low 2 million, just over 2 million. So WoW is pretty much in a terrible place as regards to subscribers. For them, obviously a far, far flung place from the glory days of the World of Warcraft. And so this being a month ago, I reckon more people have left since. So what's the reaction to Tides of Vengeance, patch 8.1, part 2 survival guide? Wah, wah. Again, it's not good. For every 1 like, there's approximately 2 dislikes. Now, you might say to yourself, yeah, Az, but it was like 1 to 4 there, and now it's only 1 to 2 now. This is the whole reason why I brought this in. I think more people have left since this video. So what you're seeing here is the hardcore of hardcore WoW players now. Because I think WoW has lost its casual audience completely. And what I mean by its casual audience is people that just want to have fun in a video game. People that want to log on and just do things which are interesting, engaging, that they can have a bit of fun either by themselves or with friends. And I don't think the World of Warcraft is offering that. 8.1 is a terrible, terrible patch. It literally doubles down on 8.0, and 8.0 went down like a lead balloon. It didn't hit any mark whatsoever. It adds more world quests. People are sick of world quests. It adds 2 new island expeditions and changes nothing about island expeditions. People's problem with island expeditions are what you do on the island expeditions. They have these great islands which they've created that you really just want to go around and explore and discover secrets and treasures and all this kind of stuff. But no, it's a race against time to pick up Azerite. Who could possibly give a shit? It's an Azerite grind, and people are sick of it. They're sick of Azerite, they're sick of artifact power, they're sick of resources, they're sick of Azerite armor, and these are all things which are getting double downed on in 8.1. You also got the assaults which are coming in, which are, again, a dubbed down version of Legion invasions. They have no consequence on the world whatsoever. Nothing's changed. They just pop up, say, hey, we're attacking. Oh, we got driven away. Bye! Nothing means anything in WoW. There's nothing to push towards, and there's no consequence. So it doesn't let players engage and connect to the world at all. An 8.1 Part 2 survival guide essentially just said, look, the raid's coming out, and we're adding another ring to the Azerite armor. No one cares about the Azerite armor, so that one's whack already. And as regards to the raid, this literally is the only content to do in WoW. Anything meaningful, this is it. It's raiding. Nothing more. And so it hasn't connected. And when your hardcore player base is literally 2-to-1 negative, saying this is bollocks, then you are in trouble. Because if 8.2 doesn't do something significantly different to change this, it's going to have long-reaching effects on the World of Warcraft. Not only that, it could actually have a knock-on effect to Classic WoW. I was so hyped for Classic WoW November of 2017 when it was announced. With all this, with Blizzard and Activision and World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth being just this absolute piece of garbage, my hype for Classic is diminishing. Not because of Classic, but because of this company. Because it looks like, to me, as a player of WoW for numerous years, the team that's building this content, they don't care. They really just don't care. There's no passion which is coming through. There's no feeling that these people care about their work or care about the game or care about the community. It just feels like they're ticking some boxes, filling in some stuff for Activision, and just plonking it out there. It feels like it's made by bored people doing bored stuff. And I don't see any passion from them. I don't see anything whatsoever. And it's, to me, as clear as day why WoW is in the problematic state that it is right now. So with that said, that was quite long-winded, I admit it. I don't know, but I think I did it all in one breath. Let's go to the Elder Scrolls Online, because this week they announced their brand new expansion for 2019, because they do annual expansions, and this is Elsewhere. And Elsewhere is the Khajiit homeland, war-torn homeland, and it also brings dragons back to Tamriel. Now, I think this game's set approximately 1,000 years before Skyrim, and of course there are no Dragonborn here. So there's no Vusro-daring to be done. No, if you want to take down dragons, it looks like you're going to have to group up with people and take them down by force. So it's something which people, as you can see from the like to dislike ratio, have really gravitated towards. They've really enjoyed the opening cinematic for it, and they really like the idea of dragons coming back to Tamriel. They really like the idea of it being in Elsewhere, the Khajiit home, Elsewhere, the Khajiit homeland, because Khajiit, Argonians, Khajiit, they are popular lore races, if not the most popular played in the game, especially the Argonians. I'm an Argonian for life. But it just shows how the community has responded very positively in a game which I think is really fun to play. And their current major expansion, which is Somerset, to me has been just so much fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. The location of it, the storyline in it, the treasure hunting, the crafting, the whole job lot, the delves, the exploration. It's been awesome to play, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and so I'm very positive about going forward with this expansion and to see where it is going to lead. There's nothing that the developers have done to make me doubt them. And more importantly, the developers feel as if they are legit interested and invested, not only in their work, but in making sure that players have a fun experience. And when you have that attitude, I think it really shines with the content that you produce. And I think the content in the Elder Scrolls Online right now is a lot of fun. Plenty of things to sink your teeth into, plenty of combat things, plenty of recreational things. as well. It's not all fight, 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 fight. You've got your player houses, you've got multiple player houses, you've got your craftings, you've got lots of different things which you can change your pace and your way at a moment's notice. So just one more thing about the Elder Scrolls as well. People are asking, is there going to be a physical collector's edition? We don't see anything about a physical collector's edition, only a digital one. And they said there's going to be no physical collector's edition for Elsewhere. And there was a portion of the community that was sad by this because, I mean, I get the collector's editions myself. I like the models in them. I think they're really cool. And so I was like, oh, that's a shame because I've really enjoyed getting the little models and whatnot. Anyway, this came out 2 days ago. Either earlier today or late yesterday, they announced, right, we've heard you about the collector's editions. We're not going to make a physical collector's edition. However, the model that you normally get in there, we're going to make one. We're going to make a model and we're just going to sell it separately. So you don't have to buy the collector's edition. You can either just buy the game and if you want to get the model. So, you know, it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's just nice that they've said, okay, you know, people actually do want these figures. So we're going to make some. And they've also said, you know, if this proves to be a popular thing, we'll just make some more. We'll just, you know, keep making some based off the theme of the current expansion. So it's just a company that's listening to their audience and making identifications immediately. Not saying, wow, we'll try and fix something in patch 8. No, they listened and immediately made an adaptation, a change, because they got the resources to do so, obviously. So does Blizzard, but they choose not to. And then finally, this week in Final Fantasy XIV, we saw the release of the brand new Blue Mage Limited class, which changes the way that classes work for this particular spec. Blue Mages, of course, are a class which has been renowned in the World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy series, and what separates the Blue Mage from other spellcasters is Blue Mages steal abilities from other creatures, and then once they've stolen it, they learn it, and they can use it as a spell on anything that they want. And it's limited because it's very overpowered. And so it's got a limited level. You can only get like to level 50 right now. And it's going to have its own specific content made for it because of that. And it's just an interesting tweak on the class system. You know, instead of just bringing another class and trying to balance around that, they're just doing something different. And this is where Final Fantasy XIV, I think, is at its strongest. It's always willing to take risks. It's always willing to try something different. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But it doesn't really matter too much when it doesn't quite hit the mark, because you know that they're just trying things and they will adapt based off feedback. If you didn't like this sort of thing, okay, right, we'll look at a way of doing something, work around it, doing something a little bit different in the future. But it's a really cool concept by company, and particularly Yoshi P, who's the head dev. And Yoshi P just comes across as a man so full of love and passion for this series. It shines through. And you know that when he produces a piece of content, when he produces something, his heart and soul has been put into it. And again, it reflects back on the community, and the community see that. And so where I'm going with this is this week, we have seen, when I've tried to log onto the servers, queues. Now, some people go, well, that's annoying. Well, not really. The queues weren't huge, but it queues nonetheless, because people are wanting to log in. People are wanting to play. People are wanting to try, which means, of course, that Final Fantasy XIV and Square are producing content which players want to try. And that's the very important thing here. They are doing things which people want to get their teeth stuck into. Whereas going back to World of Warcraft, you got content which people don't want to touch with a barge pole. And again, with the Elder Scrolls Online, great little, like their ideas for Elder Scrolls Online, they're smaller ideas which people can gravitate towards. They are storylines which people can actually comprehend and empathize with. They're not space aliens stabbing planets with swords because it's an egg that has a... Oh my god. It's things which people can relate to. And so I think Elder Scrolls Online and I think Final Fantasy XIV are both really attuned to what their communities want. They're really attuned to what is fun, and they're really attuned to creating content that people want to play. And I think there is a huge company right now that is so far out that loop, it's unreal. WoW, I think, has lost, it's got so disconnected because they separate themselves so much from their community. They don't respond to feedback. They don't respond to the questions in the Q&A. They put things out which are just boring, grindy, monotonous, and they repeat them, and now they're just repeating them over and over, doubling down, and they are driving people away. So you got a company that's actively driving people away, and two companies which are actively getting people drawn into their product. Woof! I think the whole thing might have been one breath there. But it's just, I find this really interesting because I am playing like 99% Final Fantasy XIV and Elder Scrolls right now and 1% WoW. I really am. And it's because, not because I'm a WoW hater, not because I'm a Blizz hater, not because I'm an Activision hater, and I do hate Activision, don't get me wrong. No, if the content was fun, if the content was good, I would play it. And I'd love to play it. Because it's a game that has meant so much to me since 2007. But it's not. And these other two companies are. They are producing things to me as the player which I think are fun and engaging. And their community response is the same. Fun and engaging. People are logging into Final Fantasy XIV so much, we're now getting queues. People are voting up the expansion announcement because they think it's a good idea, another good direction for the Elder Scrolls Online, which to me has been knocking it out the park for the last couple of years now in terms of a game. So a long one, ladies, today, but I really hope that you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.